Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about some ingredients and popular ingredients that we use and I talk about a lot, and how we can use them, how we can incorporate them into our skincare routines, and how to feel comfortable using these ingredients without feeling fearful that you might damage your skin, pretty much. All right, so if this is the type of video if this is the type of video that you like and you want, smash the like button, subscribe, share, and leave a comment and let me know what you think, okay, at the end of the video, because that would do a lot for me, guys. Guess what, if you like my videos, if you share, if you subscribe, and you know, all the good stuff, it's going to be a little bit better for me personally, my channel personally, you know, just to get the good news all over the world, because that's what I want. I want the good news to be spread all over the world, yeah. And I want to go where everybody knows your name, dun, 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 and they're always glad you came. Alright, yeah, let's get into the video. Yeah, just like, share, subscribe, and all of them good stuff there, you know me, I say all of the good stuff them, come really and truly need it. Me need it bad. Little motivation. All right, so we're gonna get into the first ingredient. I've been getting a lot of comments like, well, can I use this with this? Is this okay to be used with this? Is this okay to be used with this? And yeah, so I just wanted to share, you know, my thoughts and so forth about these ingredients in your skincare routine and when is the good time to use them and so forth. So we're gonna start first. We're gonna talk about niacinamide, azelaic acid, glycolic acid, mandelic acid, lactic acid, vitamin C, and retinols. All right, so let's get straight. So niacinamide, now niacinamide is an ingredient that's it's an antioxidant, it's a brightening ingredient, and it's an ingredient, well, the niacinamide that the ordinary advertise and even the Inky List, they're going to help with sebum, controlling sebum. All right, so I personally would recommend using niacinamide in the mornings. Why would I recommend using it in the mornings? I would recommend using it in the mornings because this ordinary niacinamide is going to help you to control sebum, okay? And you don't want to control sebum in the nights. Pretty much, you don't really want to control sebum because when you go to your bed, you hydrate and you go in with your thick moisturizers and so forth, but you want to control sebum in the day. So if for example you're producing too much oil in certain areas, you want the niacinamide to really control that so you don't get oily or you're not producing enough oil and so forth. You want niacinamide to help you with that, okay? So I recommend using niacinamide in the mornings, especially the ordinary niacinamide, because it has zinc in it to help to control oil production. You can use it in the evenings if you want, but I think like most skincare ingredients today that we use, they have niacinamide in them. So to me, if you're using niacinamide along, like your evening routine is usually the most detailed routine, so if you're using niacinamide in the evening along with your other ingredients, it's like you're just doing the same thing over and over again, you know what I'm saying? For example, if I'm using my Blackhead Power Liquid, my essence, and I'm using niacinamide again in that routine, I think that's too much niacinamide in one routine. Like, niacinamide is already in my essence, niacinamide is already in your toner, you know what I'm saying? So just using it again in the nighttime routine is kind of redundant in a sense. It just depends on what skincare products you're actually using, but I would say use it in the mornings if you want to control sebum, okay, and to also protect your skin because it's a natural antioxidant, okay? Good. So that's how I will use niacinamide. I will just use a gentle cleanser, gentle toner, going with niacinamide, moisturizer, and going with my SPF, and that's all. Okay, if you're using vitamin C now in the mornings, I wouldn't say use vitamin C with niacinamide. We don't want to do that, okay? You can leave that for a next morning time routine Yeah, because this is how niacinamide is almost like vitamin C. They have specific times that they work. Not to say that it doesn't work in the evenings, but I would use it in the morning because of the benefits that I would get from it using it in the morning, just the same way vitamin C is. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna move to azelaic acid. Azelaic acid is my favorite ingredient for acne, for hyperpigmentation, for discoloration, everything. Currently, as you can see, we have a little pimple right here, and that's what I'm going to be using on my face. Azelaic acid, or that's what I'm going to be using. That's what I'm using on my face, or I have been using on my face for the longest while to treat my hyperpigmentation, acne, and all of that. Okay, but this is what azelaic acid is. Azelaic acid is going to be that ingredient. Melasma, hyperpigmentation, pimples, and so forth. You can use that in your skincare routine if you have those problems. This product can be used in the mornings and in the evenings. Okay, and why would you use it in the morning times? Because it's going to give you're going to benefit from it if you use it in the morning times. Why are you going to benefit? The ordinary's azelaic acid has dimethicone in it. So one, it's going to help you to brighten, it's going to take care of acne and just to clean your pores and so forth, and it's also going to keep your face nice and hydrated but not too oily. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of people, that's what you want. Okay, and everybody can use azelaic acid, even pregnant women and so forth. I was about to say even pregnant people, but men can't have like kids, so I don't know. Men, crazy. I'm just so inclusive, so but yeah, anybody can use azelaic acid because of how it works, the nature of azelaic acid. Yes, as I was saying, BHAs in cleansers are actually fine if you're using azelaic acid, because when you wash your face, you are going to go in with a hydrating toner, I'm assuming. Yeah, so usually when you use alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy acids, in terms of like cleansers, you usually want to go in with a hydrating toner, and you want to go in with ingredients that are not so acidic. For example, you're going to go through this treatment phase, you're going to go in with something that is going to, for example, like alpha arbutin, that's not so acidic, or tranexamic acid if you want to treat pigmentation and so forth. Or you're just going to go in with stuff that are very hydrating on the skin, nothing that's acidic per se. So whenever you go in with BHAs in terms of like cleansers and so forth, you can go in with azelaic acid, because that would be the last step. Azelaic acid would be the last step. It's like a moisturizing step, or the moisturizing phase, or the creams and so forth. You would normally apply that at the end of your skincare, so it wouldn't pose any problems and so forth. So you would still hydrate your skin, apply your azelaic acid, and your skin wouldn't be as, as it wouldn't feel as irritated or just sensitive after applying the azelaic acid, pretty much based on the steps, based on the routine. Okay, yeah, but you can use it, but just be careful to know your skin, to know what works and what doesn't work for your skin, know if your skin is very sensitive and so forth. Okay, but I have used azelaic acid with a BHA cleanser, and it was fine, or it has been fine. I've been using it actually, and it has been fine, no problems really. But I just ensure that I keep my skincare routine very simple. I don't go in with too many acids when I'm using my azelaic acid, any acid for that matter. Okay, but you can use it in the morning and in the evening time routine, but just make sure that you're using like hydrating ingredients in the mornings. And if you do use salicylic acid cleansers in the evenings, just be careful. Make sure that you're using a lot of hydrating ingredients and you're staying far away from like acidic ingredients or acidic serums. Okay, yes, or AHAs and BHAs in terms of like serums and so forth. All right, yeah. So now we're gonna move to glycolic acid and mandelic acid. When it comes to toners, you can use I would recommend using a hydrating cleanser with your glycolic acid and mandelic acid toner. Why? Because you don't want to go right after using a stripping cleanser or a cleanser that really goes a deep cleansing cleanser. You don't want to go right in with like a glycolic acid toner, because I'm telling you, it's going to burn. It's going to burn. It's going to burn your skin, like literally burn. You're going to feel it. Whether or not you're not sensitive to glycolic acid, you're going to feel the tingling right after using a deep cleansing or a cleanser with BHAs or AHAs for that matter. So you want to make sure, unless it's actually an ingredient or a skincare line or for example a skincare line that literally tells you that, oh, use this cleanser, it has salicylic acid, use this toner, because they would have formulated that product in a way so that your skin can manage the acids. Okay, yeah, unless it's a line, I would say like a step-by-step skincare line, yeah, then maybe it's okay. But for example, if you're just buying random salicylic acid cleanser, a toner, and then trying to include them into a skincare routine, no, I think it would be too much. For example, this toner right after the salicylic acid cleanser from CeraVe is a little bit too harsh for my skin. Yeah, sometimes I use it and it's fine, but then there's sometimes it's just too much, and I realize that, oh Jody, don't be using salicylic acid cleansers and then right after using salicylic acid cleanser going with a glycolic acid or a mandelic acid. It's going to give you a tingling sensation, so you don't want to be doing that. That's too much exfoliating in one routine. So for example, glycolic acid and mandelic acid toners, I would say go in with a gentle face wash, gentle wash, so that your skin is going to be prepared for the toner, because that's going to go a little bit deep into the skin, especially a glycolic acid toner. And then your routine, or those products that you're using in your routine, you also want to keep them simple. So right after the toner, you want to make sure that you can use like an essence to calm, to soothe, to bring back the hydration, or you can just go in with your treatment, for example, for your acne or your pigmentation and so forth. Okay, but just stay away from like vitamin C, stay away from niacinamide with glycolic acid. Yeah, sometimes niacinamide can be a little bit tricky with glycolic acid, especially this glycolic acid with niacinamide. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky. It's tricky. It gives you a tingling feeling. I'm telling you, I have felt it before, and it doesn't feel good, and it feels itchy sometimes. Yeah, so just be careful with vitamin C. Personally, like vitamin C and the glycolic acid and niacinamide also, and other AHAs with the glycolic acid. Sometimes you can use the azelaic acid with this, but I'm telling you, sometimes it itches. It itches when you use glycolic acid and then you use your regular serums, like your brightening serums, and then going with azelaic acid. Sometimes it can be a little bit itchy. Yes, so that's for glycolic acid and mandelic acid. With mandelic acid now, I think glycolic acid now, you have to use that in the evenings. It's recommended that you use it in the evenings. To be honest, I used to use it in the morning times, and it really didn't do anything to my skin. So to each his own, but I would stick to the recommendation, especially the Ordinary. They recommend that you use it in the evenings, but to be honest, I used to use it in the morning times, and it was good. I didn't have any problems with using it in the morning time. So to each his own, but just follow the instructions of the from the ordinary. It's their recommendation. They recommend using it in the evenings. Okay, and for any glycolic acid product, use them in the evenings. Okay, just to be on the safe side. Don't be like me. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. So when it comes to the mandelic acid, no, mandelic acid can be used in the morning times, it can be used in the evening times, because it's the molecular size is not as small as the glycolic acid, so it's not going to create any hot spots as what's her name again, Dr. V, yeah. I found her channel maybe a couple months ago. Someone was like commenting and saying, oh, go and check that Dr. V. She talks about a lot of skin ingredients, like for example glycolic acid and so forth. She was like, yeah, so I watched her and so forth. I don't think I like her information. She's a doctor, so she knows, and she's more experienced in that area in terms of skincare ingredients and so forth, because I think she said that she's a skincare formulator, so she formulates skincare ingredients for skin of color. So I think that she has sound advice. She knows what she's talking about, because she's a doctor. You know, I'm not a doctor, so yeah, I just research, and based on experience I share my information based on my experiences and what has been working for me, a dark skin individual. Okay, yes, but yeah, it creates it doesn't create a lot of like hot spots that as opposed to the glycolic acid whenever we apply it, because the molecular size is so small, so it penetrates the skin a little bit more deeper or more aggressive or faster than say mandelic acid. So this is the reason why you can use it in the morning time, but you still have to really be careful if you use it in the morning times, because it is a alpha hydroxy acid, and it what should I say now, it makes your skin a little bit more sensitive to the sun. So I would recommend using it in the evenings if you do have to use it, and stick to more hydration in the morning times. All right, but if you do use any of these as glycolic acid or mandelic acid, I would say use a gentle cleanser, then you tone, go in with your essence if you use essence, go in with your serums, stay away from vitamin C's and so forth and all of them things there. Just stay away from those, and niacinamide, as I said before, and stick to your non-acidic treatment ingredients. Okay, for example, you can use alpha arbutin, you can use tranexamic acid, and whatever ingredient you like to use for hydration, and just little peptides and so forth. Just depends on what type of peptide you're using. It just has to be something that is not super concentrated, because sometimes that can cause your skin to be like irritated. And what should I say, retinols and those things, just stay away from all type of acids whenever using glycolic acid, and stick to more hydrating ingredients, stuff that are not going to cause your skin to become irritated or extremely sensitive. Okay, yes. And for example, if you have like creams or mandelic acid serums, I would say stick to hydrating cleanser, toner and so forth, and then go in with your mandelic acid. And then, or if you use a glycolic acid cream, stick to a gentle non-acidic skincare from the cleanser straight down, and then at the last step you can apply your glycolic acid cream or lotion or whatever you use that has AHAs or BHAs, and then eye serums and so forth. But just make sure that when you're using these alpha hydroxy acid, beta hydroxy acid, you're not using these crazy ingredients that are going to be extremely acidic and are going to cause your skin to become irritated. For example, vitamin C, retinol, and you want to stay away from all of those things. Okay, stick to hydration. So when you're using at least 1 or 2 acids, make sure your routine from your cleanser goes straight down. Make sure that it is hydrating. Okay, at least 1 acid, 1 or 2 direct acids, and then everything is a lot of like nourishing, hydration, collagen boosting ingredients. Okay. Now when it comes to lactic acid, you can, for example, if you're using a lactic acid serum, you can use like a salicylic acid cleanser, because as I said before, it's a wash off treatment, and then go in with your hydrating ingredients, essence, toner, so forth, and then you go in with your lactic acid serum or whatever, in lactic acid cream or whatever, and then everything is just hydration. All right, hydration. But you can go in with a salicylic acid cleanser if you have to go in with a lactic acid serum, okay, or even toner. But I wouldn't recommend using a lactic acid toner with a lactic acid face wash. It's just too much, especially right after using the cleanser you use the toner. You know what I'm saying? I would say use the salicylic acid cleanser, then a hydrating toner and an essence, and then you can try to tap a little bit of your lactic acid in the areas that you want, okay, and then go in with moisturizer. And I would recommend using lactic acid in the PM routine. And the next one is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid can basically be applied into any skincare routine without any problems. Pretty much. I'm just going to tell you as it is. You can apply any other skincare routine with hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid plays well. You can use hyaluronic acid in the mornings, in the evenings, whenever you like. Hyaluronic acid plays well with other ingredients, so you don't really have any problems, to be honest. You just have to figure out what cleansers work well for you with your hyaluronic acid and use them, because there's no problem, no conflict, nothing. Everything is fine with hyaluronic acid, okay? So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. When it comes to vitamin C, you want to make sure that you stick to gentle cleansers. I would recommend using vitamin C, like any vitamin C serum or anything, in the morning time, because of the benefits that you will get from the vitamin C serum, toner, or whatever. Just use them in the morning and stay away from glycolic acid, stay away from HAs, stay away from retinols with vitamin C. Like, vitamin C is not like one of those ingredients that plays well with anything. Just keep it by itself. Just use it by itself. You don't really need anything, to be honest, when you're using vitamin C, because some ingredients can actually cause vitamin C to lose its its potency, or cause it to be ineffective in a sense. For example, like niacinamide and so forth. You don't want to mix vitamin C with those ingredients. Just use vitamin C by itself. That's all I'm going to say to you. Use it by itself, and I would recommend using it in the morning times because of the benefits. All right, when it comes to retinol too, I would say use retinol by itself likewise. And when you're using like a cleanser, keep your cleansers, like, make sure that you're using like hydrating cleansers so that your skin is not irritated after using it. And I wouldn't use this a lot of, like, I would use this 1 to 2 times per week, depending on your skin type too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just be careful with retinols and vitamin C. Oh, one more. The last ingredient is salicylic acid. Salicylic acid now is a very interesting ingredient. If you're using it in like serum form, I would also recommend using, you can use your salicylic acid cleanser, but it just depends on how that salicylic acid cleanser is formulated. You know what I'm saying? But if you're using a salicylic acid serum, you don't necessarily have to go in with a deep cleansing salicylic acid wash, because you're kind of doing a little bit too much exfoliation in one routine. So what I would recommend, if you're using a salicylic acid serum, just keep your cleanser gentle, nice gentle cleanser. If you have oily combination skin, make sure you double cleanse. Nice gentle cleanser, nice calming, soothing toner. Or if you add essence to your routine, you can add an essence. If you're going in with your salicylic acid serum, apply that nice moisturizer and you're good to go. Okay, and you're good to go. and you use your salicylic acid usually in the evening times, and you don't try to mix anything much with it. You can add, for example, like brightening ingredients, alpha arbutin. Okay guys, so as you can see, we're gonna be talking about more ingredients, and I really wanted to show you hands-on how I actually do it. All right, so we're gonna start with our AHA and BHA peeling solution. This is actually a 32% peeling solution. So what I would recommend with this peeling solution is to get a hydrating cleanser, hydrating toner. You can go in with an essence, you can go in with your eye serum, you can go in with your AHA, tranexamic acid, or niacinamide, but just one. Only use one of the three. Then you go in with your moisturizer, and that is for the peeling solution. This is a skincare routine, so notice everything is hydrating. When it comes to the essence though, I would recommend using an essence without any form of direct acid, so a simple hydrating essence. So that's my recommendations. All right, so let's move right along to another ingredient. Let's look at mandelic acid. So when we're using mandelic acid, we want to go in with a hydrating cleanser, hydrating toner. We can actually go in with an essence, and then the mandelic acid and eye serum, and that's pretty much it. I would say you can also go in with your alpha arbutin, but that would have to be before the mandelic acid. Okay, and then your moisturizer, and that's a perfect skincare routine in the evenings. All right, so that's how I would recommend using mandelic acid in your PM routine. Now let's look at the CeraVe benzoyl peroxide. So when we're using this now, we have to ensure that we use a gentle cleanser, a gentle toner, an essence, hydrating essence, eye serum. You can go in with your alpha arbutin, tranexamic acid, or any brightening serums, moisturizer, and then you're good. Okay, and you can use the benzoyl peroxide every day. Now what if we want to go in with the benzoyl peroxide cream? We'd have to go in with a hydrating cleanser, hydrating toner, a simple little essence, yes, and then we can go in with our eye serum. We could also go in with our brightening serum, but I wouldn't recommend them. Just use the benzoyl peroxide treatment. Go in with your moisturizer, and then you can get like pimple patches just to treat your active acne, basically, or breakouts, just to treat them, and that would be like a perfect acne skincare routine. This is exactly how I use it, so I'm just sharing with you how you can actually use these active ingredients. All right, so we're just gonna pull everything, put them aside, and let's move along now with like AHAs and BHAs that come in sets. Remember that I said that you shouldn't really include like multiple AHAs and BHAs in one routine. However, if you have a skincare set that is like focused, or the ingredients are mainly AHAs and BHAs, you can use them in a set even though they're different active ingredients. The reason why you can use them is because the skincare formulator or manufacturer, they have formulated their alpha hydroxy acid with enough so that your skin doesn't get irritated. So you can actually use them in a set if the skincare manufacturer formulated the skincare products to work in a set. So all you want to do now is just go in with your cleansing balm, gentle cleanser, use your toner, your spot treatment, moisturizer. You can also use alpha arbutin, tranexamic acid in that routine, but just use only one, because these are not direct acid. Tranexamic acid and alpha arbutin, and those are not direct acids. And niacinamide, not direct acid, so you can actually use them in this skincare routine, but just keep it simple. Don't go in with multiple. Yes, so that is pretty much it. Just be careful how you use your skincare routine, and my main thing is, if you're using your acids in your skincare routine, just for me, what I would say, in order for you to not get too confused with acids and what to pair with what and what to pair with what you should do is to make sure if you're using, make sure you know what alpha hydroxy acids are, beta hydroxy acid, vitamin C, and retinols. Okay, and when it comes to like benzoyl peroxide and those things, you know that benzoyl peroxide is supposed to be used by itself. Okay, just know what those ingredients are and what classification, like you should like classify your ingredients, your skincare ingredients, like put them in a category. So you have your alpha hydroxy acid, you have beta hydroxy acid. If you're using retinol, put them in categories. Okay, and whenever you set out to do your skincare routine, you make sure that you take out something from the category of alpha hydroxy acid, and then everything else should be hydrating ingredients. Okay, so at least one acid. Just put one acid in your skincare routine if you are confused, and leave the others for another day. Pretty much. Okay, just add one acid to your skincare routine and leave the others. Whenever you're using any type of alpha hydroxy acid, beta hydroxy acid, use one and then leave the others for a different day. Okay, and make sure that all of the other steps are very hydrating and calming and soothing. That's what do you say now, a tip for anyone that is confused when it comes to acid. Just use one acid in your routine and apply calming, soothing ingredients until you figure out what your skin likes. But don't apply multiple like ingredients in your skincare routine all at once, because it's going to cause you cause your skin to become irritated, and you don't want to do that. And these are some popular ingredients I would recommend using different times of the days and so forth. And I've used every single one of them that I have spoken about. So yeah, but this is it for me, guys. Hope this video was informative and so forth, and I hope it was good, helpful, and so forth. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye. Okay guys, so this is it for me. Hope this video was helpful, informative, and all of the good stuff. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.